from an unhealthy relationship with food to a healthy relationship, helping your clients create a healthy eating environment. This is maybe, so this, I think this is another huge subject, is people talk about the sitting around as a family, having dinner or socializing as a very healthy eating environment. If you had an argumentative or a difficult upbringing where there were often arguments around the dinner table, it can be a trigger for many people. It's why maybe in adulthood that they shy away from having the sit down meal with the family, because it just triggers IBS. The anxious response that you have to sitting around a dinner table and then putting food on top of that anxious response. So we've got that stress response, hormone response, and the digestive system coming together. So I think creating a healthy eating environment, it depends on the individual. And one of the homeworks that I give to my clients is this can be, if someone's single and they're looking for a relationship, and one of those reasons that they want a relationship is that they want to eat with someone. And if they don't have someone to eat with, then disordered eating can happen, because they'll start snacking out of the cupboard and they won't sit down and eat a proper meal because they don't want to sit and eat by themselves. So one of the homeworks I do give is that they sit and have dinner and date themselves. And it can be incredibly triggering for some people. And our jobs as coaches is to help them to process what's coming up, to maybe journal, or even to have a coaching session while they're sitting down and having dinner, and to be mindful of what is coming up when I'm sat here eating by myself. Go into a restaurant and book a table for one. It really can trigger people. I'm going to be lonely. I can't do that. People are going to judge me. But this is, on the other side of that is liberation, of how wonderful to go and eat dinner with yourself and not have to talk to anyone. I think there's real opportunity there for a different experience. Oh, it's one of my favorite things to do. It's one of the things we do on retreat is say eat in silence, because then you can be with your food. You're having a date with your food rather than the person that you were with. So it gives us this opportunity to really unpick what is a healthy eating environment. Identifying triggers and how to manage or avoid them, I think it's a very interesting place to be. Like you said, Crystal, that an alcoholic can give up alcohol and never has to go into an environment where alcohol is present, or so they can avoid it. Someone with disordered eating can't avoid food. So identifying the triggers, if it is sitting down for a family meal, if it is going out with friends, if it is eating by yourself, is it eating certain foods? What are the triggers? And then our job of coaches is how do we help them manage those triggers? I'm a big fan of not avoidance. I think managing.
And also, to add to that, is a lot of our clients are women, mothers, often the primary carers and cooks in their houses. So not only can you not avoid the food if you want, even if you wanted to, you probably couldn't, but actually then to kind of nurture the children or cook a meal for your husband or your partner or your friends, and actually it becomes quite a big makeup of everyday lives for many of our clients. So identifying those triggers and managing them within that becomes even more important, doesn't it? To kind of work with them to work through.
Sitting with your client and setting their health goals and their priorities and framing it around that healthy, nourishing the body, the self-love place rather than the place of punishment. And I really like this avoiding diet cycling, this I'm going to do this diet for a period of time, and having a consistency, sticking to something because it is feeding the body. And Claire talks about this in the coaching course of there is no such thing as willpower. There is desire and there is discipline. And how do we exercise that as a muscle, the discipline, from a place of self-love, not from a place of beating ourselves up? And what is the desire? What is the goal of what we're looking to achieve here? And if we can get our clients to have that, I want to eat from a place of abundance, from nourishment, from self-love, that's the desire. It's almost not even a goal. It's a way of being. We're not heading towards something. We are going to be something. And then how do we step up for ourselves and put that discipline in place so that we are consistently rocking up every day to feed ourselves in a healthy way?